Hello everyone, this is Darcinovia here. This is a review on the first of what would have been a trilogy, Empire Rebellion, and this one is Razor's Edge, which focuses on Leia. She's the primary character, and this is the only story that I can think of that probably isn't a comic that has Leia front and center before Empire Strikes Back. So she's not really sharing the limelight with other characters. Yes, they're featured, but she's the protagonist. This is different from other books that I've read in Star Wars. The story in here is Leia's trying to get supplies for the Echo Base because the Echo Base is still under construction at the point that this story takes place. And unlike other books that I've read, which features space battles, this doesn't. It featuring Leia and Han trying to find a way to survive the situation they gotten themselves into. They get captured by pirates who were Alderaanians that survived the destruction of Alderaan. They weren't there, obviously, but their primary purpose is to get revenge against the Empire for destroying their homeworld. And of course, some of them do hold some of a grudge towards Leia, which it would be realistic considering, some of them would blame, the rebellion for what happened to Alderaan. And reading Leia's thoughts of the situation she's going through is something that's very rare, honestly, because in other EU stories, most of the time, she's featured with Han Solo most of the time. And this is one of the rare occasions where you get to read a Leia that isn't married, because she isn't featured as the primary protagonist very often in the expanded universe. And if you are a Leia fan and she's your favorite of the original trio, this book is a treat. One thing I really love about this book is none of the characters are out of character. They act like they would at this point, in their lives, especially Leia. She acts like her Empire Strikes Back self more, because if you see her in A New Hope and then you see her in Empire Strikes Back, Leia is already battle hardened at this point, and she's been through a lot through her experience. Well, here is the Leia that you see in Empire Strikes Back, which is, I enjoy this. It was a page turner, literally. This book was hard to put down. Unfortunately, I couldn't finish it as fast as I wanted because I'm busy with school, but this book was really good. I mean, the author, she knew what she was doing. She did not, make Han look like an idiot or any other male characters that's featured. The females and the males were equals, but without, ruining one side in order to make the other look better. And if you're one of those people that don't want to read a story that features lightsabers, but you really love the original characters, but you want a story that takes place earlier in the timeline, or you're just one of those people that love the expanded universe, but you're not too big of a fan of the post-Jedi stuff, well, I think this is a story I think you would enjoy, honestly. If you are a fan of the original characters, I think this utilizes Leia really well. And of course, the side characters that are around Leia, I think, are utilized well. Not a signal character is useless. The only thing I would have to complain about Razor's Edge is I felt like the ending was rushed. I feel like it would have benefited if it was a little bit longer, because the book it feels like the book just literally ends and that's it. Of course, what else can I say? I don't want to give away too much because I don't know how many people have read this story, and I prefer not to give too much away, but I do think the twists and turns are, is something that's worth experiencing. I think this is a pretty good book. I think it's one of the best books I've read in the EU, and it's, in my opinion, probably the best book in that takes place in the Rebellion era, other than Allegiance, in my opinion, because the Rebellion era is not really my favorite era in the EU, but I do feel like this makes me want to read more in that era. The next one I'm going to review, don't worry, I will review Legacy of the Force, Invincible, will be Honor Amongst Thieves, the second in what would have been a trilogy. If you want to know what happened, I'll probably explain it in the next video if you wish for me to address it. Anyway, this is Darcenovia, over and out. May the Force be with you, and see you guys next time. Later.